Hello and welcome to Your Yes-Filled Life. I'm Brenda Winkle, and this podcast is for high-performing, empathic women who are ready to stop second-guessing themselves and start trusting what they know. Maybe you're successful in your career or business. People rely on you. You make difficult decisions every day, and yet sometimes the moment someone else's emotions, expectations, or opinions enter the conversation, your own clarity starts to disappear. If you've ever wondered, how can I be so confident everywhere else in my life but struggle to trust myself when it comes to my own needs, you are in the right place. Each week, we'll explore self-trust, nervous system regulation, emotional energy, boundaries, intuition, and the everyday moments where your life changes, not because you've become someone new, but because you learn to stay connected to yourself. I'll share client stories, my own experiences, practical tools, and honest conversations to help you stop abandoning yourself and start creating a life that's truly your own. Because I believe you already know more than you trust, and that is a yes-filled life. I'm so glad you're here. Let's begin. Hello, and welcome to Your Yes-Filled Life. I'm your host, Brenda Winkle. Today on the podcast, you are going to get to meet someone that I've had the privilege of knowing for decades and for coaching over the past several years. Jill Perrin is a longtime friend. We met in college. She is a power member. She's attended my retreats. She's worked with me privately. She's been members of my community for about 3 years. And watching her transformation has been one of the greatest joys in my work. When we first reconnected after college, Jill knew something in her life needed to change. She loved teaching music. That's one of the things we have in common is we both are former music educators. But she also knew that there was another calling waiting for her. And more importantly, she didn't fully trust herself with that new calling. Today, you are going to hear a very different Jill. Now, I don't have people on the podcast more than once very often. Jill is one of those exceptions because she is so inspiring. She is so good at what she does. She's so gifted. I really want you to get a chance to hear from her. She is now someone who makes decisions with confidence, someone who has learned how to honor her own needs without abandoning the people that she loves. And as you listen, I want you to notice something. None of this happened because Jill became a different person. It happened because she learned to trust the person that she's always been. That's the work we do inside Power. It's not about fixing anyone. It's about helping you strengthen your self-trust, regulate your nervous system, consistently live in alignment with your values, and really fully trust your intuition. Because one of the things that happens when you really learn to harness your empathic gifts is your intuition gets so much easier to understand. Our next cohort of Power begins later this fall. Enrollment opens in September. And if you've been longing for this kind of transformation, I'd love to invite you to join the waitlist. Go to brendawinkle.com/power to join the waitlist for no obligation today. And if you're navigating a significant life transition or want more personalized support, I am accepting applications for private coaching. I have one spot open that's set to begin in August of 2026, and I think I might have one more opening starting in September. So go ahead and apply. I'll put the link in the show notes. Now let's dive into the conversation with the lovely Jill Perrin. Hi, Jill. Welcome back to Your Yes-Filled Life.
Hi, Brenda. Thank you so much. It's happy to be here.
I'm so excited to have you. So you've been a guest here before.
Yes.
And one of the things for podcasters is that a lot of times there's this myth that the people with the largest platform have the highest number of downloads. And your podcast episode threw that out of the water because it's one of the most downloaded episodes of Your Yes-Filled Life. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool. And I'm so excited to dive in and hear about what's happening in your life and to hear about your sound healing. And can you just catch us up from the last time that we talked?
Yeah, so the last time we talked, I was in California. We have another place there that uh, we were there for the winter, and we were just getting ready to move up to Washington State. And so we moved up here to Washington State in June of last year, and I'm finally settled in, and I've had several sound healing sessions here in our amazing house. I have a nice sound room studio that is very intimate, but yet will hold about 10 people. So we've just been going with it. And I've had an offer already that I've worked through, almost done with that. And things are just going great.
I love this. Congratulations.
Thank you.
It's so inspiring. And when I think about, we've known each other for many, many years. We went to college together in Chadron,
Yes, we did.
Nebraska. And then we came back together through social media. I don't know exactly when, but before we started working together, what was happening in your life? What were you
Mm.
doing? What were you feeling that made you realize, there's something more here for me?
Yeah, so I was teaching music in Colorado, and I'd been teaching for almost 25 years. And I loved the students. I love teaching music's a huge part of my life, but I just felt like I was kind of at the crossroads where I needed to do something different. And I was just feeling really kind of heavy, actually, and not fulfilled. It just,
Hmm.
I knew there was something more. There was a calling. And I thought about, gosh, what could I do that's still music, but I can reach out to people and help people, not just children, but everybody. And so the sound healing kind of came into my mind. I thought, wow, this would be great to, help adults too. Because
Hmm.
it was just great fun. And so it was at that point where I decided to retire. I retired a little early and just kind of started dabbling with, what would it look like? And I got a bunch of certifications and in the sound healing, and I just started working with it. And then I met you again, which was wonderful. And we just started working on, like, gosh, I'm important, and
Hmm.
I want to show me, like, who's the real Jill. And so
Yeah.
that's just kind of where it went from there.
Oh, it's so cool. And, I just want to highlight something you said. You said things felt heavy. And I hear that a lot, like things feel heavy, or after a session, somebody will say, I feel lighter. And when you say heavy, so that we can make it super granular for the listener that's like, what does that mean? I know in my body, when something feels heavy, it means that I'm thinking about it a lot, or I'm feeling literally like there's a weight on my body. It feels like I'm holding on to stuff. How did that feel for
Yeah.
you?
So it felt like I was in quicksand.
Mm,
It's like I'm moving, and, even though the sand feels really good, I'm not getting anywhere. I see like this beyond, almost taffy like, I guess. Just, there's something there, and I'm reaching, and it doesn't matter how fast or how hard that I'm trying to propel forward, I'm just stuck.
mm,
And it's not like I'm falling, I'm just stuck. And so I'm trying to just get out of this gooey mess. So that's kind of what it feels like for
mhm.
me, is that heaviness, just like I'm not going anywhere. I'm just sitting here.
Yeah, that's so relatable. I definitely felt that way. Like my journey started a little bit before yours, but it definitely felt like I was seeking and searching. I just wanted to feel better.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah. And it's been so fun to watch you because you have gotten a Reiki certification since, you have added intuitive somatic healing certification since, and then most recently, you joined Power.
Yes, I did.
And the power program, Self Trust for Empaths, what did you know before power that you didn't totally trust yet?
I knew that I could be my authentic self.
Hmm.
And but I wasn't trusting that because for so long it just felt like I couldn't be
Hmm.
myself. And being in power was like, well, wait a minute. I can. I have the tools. Let's use them. And it was just it was life changing, seriously. Everything I do with you is that way, but this really was like all the things I've been learning and practicing and doing. Here it is. I can do this,
Mm.
and I didn't trust it until I went through power.
I love this because from the outside looking in, you have so many gifts, and I just get so excited every time that you post and you share what you're doing, or you talk about your sound baths or the transformations that your clients are getting, and to know that you believe it, you see it now. It is so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's pretty neat to actually, look in a mirror and see who you are and be like, oh, hey, you know, as silly as it seems, but it's true. You look in the mirror and you say hi, you smile at yourself, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's good.
That's right. There was a period of time when you say looking in the mirror, and I hadn't thought of it until you said that just now, but there was a period of time when I was literally not looking in a mirror. I was avoiding the mirror, and it had nothing to do with body image. It had everything to do with I don't recognize the person that I am right now. And
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that there's a direct correlation between my ability to look in a mirror and how much integrity I'm living in. And I love that you said that because I had not put that together until just this minute.
Yeah, it's pretty powerful because, you look at yourself all the time. You're with you 24 hours. And,
Hmm.
to be able to look at yourself and really be like, okay, yeah, this is
Hmm.
good.
It is
I
good.
got this.
What was the first thing you noticed? What was the first change?
In myself,
Hmm.
like through power
Yes.
or through, yeah, okay. So I noticed that I was able to kind of make my boundaries, not kind of, but actually make some boundaries in my life that, these are the things that I really, it's, yes, this is what I prefer. And this is what, no, hard no on that one. I'm not going to go that way. But like what I accept is good for me, I guess
Hmm.
is what I'm trying to say. And I
And
noticed that switch.
that was a cool switch to witness because one of the things that I've observed is you're still in relationship with all the people who are important to you.
Yeah. Yeah. I am because I've put that boundary there that, this is who I am and, you know, that's just it. Yeah. I'm not
How
willing
does
to
that feel to
sacrifice.
be like, just this is who I am, and to have the people be like, okay, and we love you?
Pretty good because I always felt like if I said that, then it would be, well, what? Ew, like egotistical. And
Hmm.
that's not it. It's I love myself. It's not being not having it's an ego, but it's not. I don't know what the word is
No, I
for
get it.
that. Is
Yeah.
self love or just confidence, I guess, in myself that I am a good human.
And you are. You
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah.
are. How do you think it impacts your ability to make decisions?
Oh, it's much easier because I know my own boundaries. Yes, I can do this, and no, I'm not really ready to do that part, or, my body's saying no, and I can say no. I'm not afraid of that word anymore. Is say
Mm.
no in order to say yes to me,
Oh, I
if
love
that makes
that.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, that's amazing. What do you think the version of Jill from like 2 years ago, so it's 2024, summer of 2024,
Yeah.
what do you think that version of Jill would be most surprised by and proud of?
the fact that I just go for it. Like, I want to do something and say, why not? And I just do it.
I love
Even
it.
even though it's scary, it's like, no, I can do this. At least try. I think that's what she'd be most proud of and surprised by, like, really? You're gonna do that? Okay, cool. So
That
yeah.
is amazing. What do you think has changed that people may not yet see, but you know it's changed? Maybe it's something that won't ever be visible, but it's changed within you, or
Mm.
maybe it's something that will be visible at some time.
To quote a very good person that's also in our group, I'm being a better friend to myself.
Mm, hmm.
I'm taking me into account. And it's, I wouldn't do that to my best friend. Why would I do that to myself? And it's looking out for me and having that confidence to just say, yeah, this is the choice that I'm making, and it's just the way it is.
There's so much power behind that. And we said this in the program, like the word power comes up a lot. Like this is the way we step into a
Mm-hmm.
power, or there's power in this. And that was a perfect answer. That was a very powerful answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if somebody was listening and they're like, I don't know if I'm ready for this, or if I want to do something like power, what would you say to that person? What do you think they might need to know?
Oh, that stepping into doing something like this is, it gives yourself power. I think that you have these tools, and you love this, and you want to better yourself. You want to be just better in your relationships, better in relationships with family, with friends, with just people in general, and feeling like, I want to do this, but can I? Yes, definitely. Step into it, try it. The group is, we're all kind of there at the same time. We're all doing the same thing. So there's no judgment. There's no, like, oh, well, I'm doing this, but 50 times better than you. It's not, it's relatable, and yet it's so loving. Like, we lift each other. And that's what I love about it, is we're raising the ships. We're raising them
Yes,
all up.
that's right. A rising tide lifts all the boats.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. What do you think you trust yourself now that you didn't trust yourself with before?
I think making a decision that needs to happen from, like, my circle,
Hmm.
and not necessarily just for me, but for my husband, my family, the things that are the core. Being able to make a decision that might not be favorable to other people, but it's not about what they think. It's what's best for my circle, from my core. And I think that's it. Just, yeah.
That's big.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just such an honor and a pleasure to watch you grow and evolve. And I just love any chance I can get to
Thank you.
be in your energy and be in your space. And when I think about your impact on my life and on the life of the group, it makes me really like I'm emotional thinking about the impact that you're creating in the world when it comes to giving to your community and sharing sound healing with your clients and with your family. And I wonder how you feel about that.
It's feeling really good. I know in the beginning, when I was doing my first sound baths, and I always felt like it was a performance. And I think it was because I was coming off of being a teacher where you performed all
Hmm.
the time. And now it's like, when people come into the studio, it's so welcoming. I feel like I'm just, oh, come in. I just want to, like, yes, share this with you. It's like a warm hug. And they come in and they're smiling, and they're looking around, and it just, I can't even describe it. It just feels so good that I'm not performing now. It is, here, let me do this for you. I want you to feel what I feel when I'm playing the bowls. It's not me, hey, I hope they like me and clap. I want you to experience this, whether it's, a little bit or a ton. I've had clients that are very emotional. I've had some that are just like, well, I'm not really feeling it right now, but maybe in a day or two, they're like, wow, I slept really great last night. Or, I was looking at something and it just felt better to me. It doesn't happen right at the time of the sound bath. It can take a couple days. And so for me, I'm not like that right now, constant affirmation of, oh yeah, they got it. They love it. It's, here you go, and take this wonderful feeling with you. Let me know how you feel in a day or two. And they do.
Mm.
So it's come a long way.
It's so powerful. And just to reflect back to you, you turn your spotlight inward first, make sure your needs are met, make sure you have capacity to give, and then you give completely with generosity. And so it's the opposite of what us empaths fear most. We fear that if we put ourselves on our own list first, we're going to be selfish, or we'll be called selfish, or we'll be called greedy. And
Hmm.
you're living proof it's the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Because for a lot of time, a lot of years, I always felt like, gosh, if I show any kind of excitement about something that I've got going, that others were going to be like, what? What about me? What about me? And
Hmm.
I would put them first. And now it's not that way. And I don't feel bad about that because I'm no good to people if I don't feel good and have my needs met, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
One of the things I love about your business in particular is that you prioritize your life and you prioritize time with family, time with your husband, time
Hmm.
with the dogs, and then the business fits in where it can.
Yeah.
And so just want to highlight that you don't have to own a business to get a benefit from power. There's a lot of people in power, I think more in power that don't own businesses than people who do.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I agree with that. I think it's people that just have, families that, it's not like business and clients. It's, oh, my husband or my children or my neighbor or, it's there's still a lot to be said with how you deal in the world with those around you. It doesn't have to connect to business.
Hmm.
Um, it might inspire business in some.
Hmm.
It might inspire somebody to finish that book or, work on something else. And that's what I think is great about the group is we're all so diverse. And yet at the end, we all kind of have that same love for ourselves and for the community. And it's just, it doesn't even matter at that point. It's just people
That's right.
coming together.
It's just people. And you have a book. You have a chapter in a book. Can you talk about that?
I can, and of course, I don't have it sitting
I
here
have
with
it.
me.
Hold on. I have it right here.
Okay.
Yeah, I have it right here. It is The
There it is.
Call Within.
Yes.
And I even have it marked with your business
I
or
think it's
with your
page 153, maybe. Yeah.
a sweet
Yep.
bookmark you gave me. Yep, A Walk Through the Trees to the Sea.
Yeah.
I love your chapter. I love your story.
Thank you.
I'll put the link for this in the show notes because
Yeah.
I think it's a great book. I've really enjoyed it and I keep my bookmark in your chapter
Oh, good.
specifically because I just love it so much. So, speaking of business, I know you have something special that you're working on for later this fall. And can you tell us a little bit about it?
I can, yeah. So I have the first time doing this offer started almost, well, it's a 6 week session. I kind of spread it over a little bit longer than 6 weeks, but it is called 6 weeks to a calmer you, or six sound healings, sorry, six sound healings to a calmer you. And uh, it's going great. I have a couple of ladies right now that are coming, and we journal and we talk about things. I live on 4 acres, and so we have water access. We go down to the bay and just kind of take in the sounds of the water and the wildlife, and then come up and do the sound healing. And it's been wonderful. And I'm thinking a fall one, when it's starting to get, days are a little shorter, and I just think it'd be really cozy to have the same type of thing. We're going into the holidays, we're going into winter months, when I know up here they kind of call it the big dark, and it gets kind of dark. And so how can we really make ourselves feel good, even though some of us might react differently to when it's really dark and gloomy. And how can we bring that, the pleasantness of, oh, I'm breathing in this great air, and it's just, yeah. So that'll be in November, and it will be very similar to what I'm doing now. I might change up a couple of little things with it, but it's going to be successions, and just really kind of looking in on how balanced we are. It might kind of connect with chakras, if you know what those are, just balance in your body, from root all the way up to your crown.
Do you
So
anticipate the November series will be in person in Washington, or will it be available online?
I believe I, I'd like to have it be available online so that I can open it up to more people. I've had several people say, oh, online would be really great, because then you can do it from the comfort of your home. You can be really comfy in your PJs or whatever, and have your coffee in a blanket. You don't have to travel anywhere, because sometimes the weather can be kind of yucky. So,
Oh, I
uh,
love that.
yeah,
So
I'm thinking online might be good.
they need to get connected with you so that they can find out
Yes.
when this is available. How do people connect with you?
So I have all my socials. You can go through my personal Facebook, Jill Connell Perrin, and Purple Frog Vibrations and Healing is the name of the business. So I have a website as well, and I can give you the link to that. And I'm on Instagram, and I'm not on TikTok yet, but that could be coming.
I'll put
So
all the links in the show notes. So make sure you're
yeah,
connected with Jill because she's going to put it in her social media. She'll post when this is live, and I highly recommend Jill's work. So you did a sound healing for us once in a challenge series, and you came in and did a remote session, and people
yeah,
loved it.
yeah, yeah. And I thought it would be really great too, because then it's just, like I said, it's very intimate. If you're in your own little space. I've done some somatic coaching with a couple clients that they just get so like into their space, and they have their water, and they have all their pillows and their blankets, and they loved it. So this is something where you just get to relax and just feel the vibrations, which you can feel when you have, you know, the headphones or earbuds or something. And even just if it's on the speakers, you can still feel it.
Mhm.
But I highly recommend
So,
in the ear.
how does the sound healing heal?
So it encourages balance of your body, the cells in your body. So let's say you have like a catch in your throat, and it's, oh, I'm trying to, do a speech, or I'm just trying to say my truth, or I'm just trying to talk, and I'm having a hard time. It's just feeling eh. The sound healing, that vibration, it'll sense where there's some things that are off kilter, and it just encourages your body, because we're made up mostly of water, to disperse evenly from head to toe. The different vibrations, the different sizes of bowls have either a very big vibration, or if it's a smaller one, it's going to have higher pitch, so it's going to have tiny vibrations that are just going to, I'm going to say, kind of tickle wherever you're feeling it. And you may not feel it right away in your body. You might just be like, okay, I'm just hearing it. You know but it is there. We're always feeling vibrations, even if you're standing on the ground on the earth. Everything's moving all the time.
Everything is energy.
Everything. And so that energy coming from those bowls, for me, it just feels like it's just like this kind of a wash over of sound. And if you just relax, take in that breath and let it just be, you do feel it sometimes. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're relaxed and yeah,
You
it's
know,
really amazing.
it's interesting because a lot of times people think sound bath, oh, that's so new agey. But the first sound healing was discovered that we think by Hildegard von Bingen. And
Hmm.
it was in, I don't want to say the year, but it was like triple digit years. Like I want
Yeah,
maybe 800 or something. And so when we think about the new age part of sound healing, that's not actually accurate. It's been around for
no,
literally thousands of years. This is just a newer, more modern version of the sound healing that's been around for
right,
eons. And so
right.
for the listener that's never tried it, I was thinking, what would the listener that's never tried sound healing need to know? And
Yeah,
that is really important to think of is that
yeah,
we know about healing tones. We've known for eons.
eons. Well, it's even like when you're listening to your favorite song, any music that you love, that just the minute you hear it, you feel it here or in your gut. And it's like, huh, I feel so much better. This is why baseball players have walk-on music. It's to get them energized. That beat, that rhythm, you may not realize it, but it has such a profound effect on your body.
Hmm.
Even if you're watching a movie and you hear the eerie music on a scary movie, if you didn't have the music there, you just see pictures. It's like, oh, okay, yeah. Visually, you're like, ugh. But the music, that vibration of what's happening it's resonating in your whole body. And this is just more like narrowed in
Hmm.
and really working towards the here and now, your presence.
It's intentional.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Well, Jill, it is an honor to be your friend. It's an honor to have
Oh,
you in my life. I love having you in power, and you are such a role model to the community, and I'm really grateful for you.
oh, I so appreciate you. I'm glad that we connected after I don't know how many years. Yeah, it's like so good.
Yeah,
So
it's so good.
that connection.
And
And
you
I'm
got,
honored to be around you. You've
mm,
been amazing for me. So thank you.
you're welcome. Thank you. And we had a good time. We've had a good time at several retreats. And
Yes.
we are planning one in February, March 2027. So we'll do some more planning and ideating about that.
Yeah.
But
I'm
that
in.
was okay. Amazing.
I'm in.
I love it. I love it. So the one that we did in March of 2026 was where your offer was born.
Yes.
And that was so fun to watch it come together because the offer was kind of within you the whole time.
Yeah, it was. I just didn't know all the ins and outs, and it was really you asking these hard questions like, well, what about this? Well, what about that? And it's almost like, stop asking me, but I knew I needed to answer it because it was like, Jill, you can't go any further than right here unless you answer the questions. Like, who are you marketing towards? Who do you want to work with? And they're major things. They don't seem major, but they're so major.
Hmm.
And I left that retreat like so confident. Like, oh yeah, I've got this. This is in the bag. We're doing it. So
It's so
it's been
cool.
fabulous.
And you're getting ready to rinse and repeat the same offer, which
Yes.
I also love. And
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. So I'm going to put all your links in the show notes. Be sure you connect with Jill on social media, give her a follow. And if you love this episode, or if you think somebody is going to love to hear about this, invitation to share it with them. And if you want, Jill and I would love it if you would take a picture of yourself wherever you're listening to this episode and then tag us both.
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah,
That would be
and we'll
really
we'll
cool.
put you in our stories. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here today, Jill. Really appreciate
Oh,
you.
thank you.
One of my favorite parts of coaching is getting to witness transformations like Jill's. It is so inspiring to watch them become more of who they already were. It's not a matter of like changing into somebody new. It's more like potency and concentrated them. I love that. And I just am so excited for Jill and so honored to walk alongside her. Listening to Jill describe herself becoming a better friend to herself was so important. It was something that one of the other members of our container had said. Stephanie said that she learned that, and it was so impactful when she said it that we've all kind of adopted that as this is one of the things that happens when you start to prioritize yourself. And it reminded me one of the reasons why I love this work so much. It's really important to know that this kind of transformation does not happen overnight. It happens through small decisions, practicing self trust in small ways and then over time in bigger ways. It's about building nervous system capacity, learning to honor yourself without the guilt. And that's exactly what we practice inside Power. So if you were listening to this conversation thinking, I want to feel that kind of confidence, I want to trust myself like that, I'd love to invite you to join the Power waitlist. Our next cohort begins in late September of 2026. And if you're navigating a specific transition or a specific decision, or you know you'd benefit from personalized one-on-one support, I am currently accepting applications for private coaching. If today's conversation meant something to you, would you please consider sharing it with a friend? And if you haven't yet followed Jill Perrin on social media, please go to the link in the show notes and give her a follow. She is going to be launching a really special offer later in fall of 2026 with 6 sound healing sessions that are going to be absolutely incredible. And if you've been following us for a while, or this was your first time and you really loved it, make sure you're following the show wherever you're listening, because in the coming weeks, the long anticipated interview with the long anticipated interview with Dr. Judith Orloff, the godmother of the empath movement, is coming up on the podcast. You are not going to want to miss that. If you have high levels of empathy, if you're a big feeler, if you're a highly sensitive person, you're going to want to make sure that you catch that episode. Thank you so much for being here. So tag Jill and I on social media. This podcast is not free to produce. It's not free to host, and it would mean so much in the spirit of reciprocity if you could give this podcast your rating, review, and comment wherever you're listening. Thank you so much for being here. Bye for now. Until next time.